Welcome to the Chicken Bone News Network, where you will hear all the breaking news.
Funniest part about that whites only town in Arkansas. Black folks ain't mad, and you're mad, we not mad. So there's a brand new whites only town in Arkansas, and the gag is black people don't even care. Now, I've seen the comments. Aren't black people upset? Why are you mad about this? We gonna clear this up right now. Nobody's upset, Poo-Poo. See, the one thing black people ain't gonna do is lose sleep over other people that want to create a safe space for themselves. Build your own little town, plant a flag, that's fine. Hang a welcome sign, whatever makes you feel good. Honestly, we gotta be real about something, because I saw the interviews, I saw the clips. This ain't a town of exceptional people. I mean, think about it. If you drop everything to move to this town, you probably already didn't have much going on anyway, right? And that's not shade, that's facts. So the question is again, why should black folks care? This is the part that cracks me up the most. Y'all want us to care. I see the confusion in your eyes. I see it. Y'all like, don't the blacks care? Don't they want to be where we are? Nah. We just want to make sure when we build our communities, we're not cheated out of the things that we're supposed to have. That's all we care about, boo. And it's wild because history has shown as soon as black people do build their own thriving spaces, what happened? Some of your people roll up and burn the whole thing down. But we're supposed to believe now y'all just want to be left alone. Child, I'm going to tell you what really gave it away for me, though. The fact that they ran to the media. That's not privacy, y'all. That's desperation. Numbers must be low. If you got to beg the evening news to let them know that you exist, waitlist my ass. See, if black folks were building their town, the media would be the last people that we want to know about it. We gatekeep. We ain't trying to broadcast. But y'all couldn't wait to hold a press conference. That's not security, that's thirst. So no, we're not upset, we're not jealous, we're not even plotting to crash your party. Because truth be told, we really don't care. And honestly, that's what really bothers y'all.
Meanwhile, back at racism headquarters, there's a group of white people that have decided to build an all-white town in Arkansas, I guess in some Ozark area of Arkansas. You know, that's nothing but... So they decided to make a white-only town. Now, I figured that they would already have white-only towns in Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? In Alabama, in Missouri, in all kinds of areas in the South. I would always think they would have all white towns. They still have sundown towns. That's kind of all white towns. Better get out before sundown or things aren't going to be too good for you. And the guy that's explaining it, that's the head of this whole thing, he's like, we're trying to preserve white culture.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are. That is just for the sake of preserving our culture.
What the is white culture? That sounds like an oxymoron, white culture. He goes white American culture. First of all, that is a big farce. I think, you guys tell me if I'm wrong, is you coming and murdering all the Native Americans and putting them on reservations and bringing slaves to build your country. And that's white culture, is taking and murder, deception, disrespect, denigration. That's what I think white culture is. Destroying nature, not leaving it to the Native Americans. Yeah, white American culture? No. White culture to me would be in Europe. That's what I think. So you would take that bullshit you're talking about back to Europe where the you belong. I'm saying if we're really breaking this down to the basics, white American culture is nothing but fucking hatred and separatism. That's how I feel, because real American culture would be the native, the Indians who own, all of this is theirs, Arkansas, all of that, Ozark, all that shit is Native American. The guy's asking him, do you think this is like segregation? No, it's free association. They always have a deflection for bullshit, racist shit. I hope all you racist white people go way up in those mountains, go way up there, because I think you're originally from the fucking mountains, the Caucasus Mountains. So you all keep making white towns, but stay up in the fucking mountains. I hope I'm talking about specifically racist people who don't want to be around blacks, gays, or Jews, or whatever the fuck. Take all of your asses, your country bumpkin asses, all the way up there. If you're going to keep this all white, I want you all to keep it 100. There better not be any taco trucks around there when you get hungry. No Caribbean food, no soul food, no Asian food, Arab food, Indian food, nothing. Nothing people of color. All right? You can't have any Jewish food, no gefilte fish, no manischewitz. You can't have any of that. Remember that. Stick with your food, which is probably European, which is like what? Bangers and mash, shepherd's pie, and Wiener Schnitzel and beer. That's all you get. And you can't listen to any American music because it's all black oriented. So you can't do that. It's cheating. You can't beat on any drums. Percussion is African. You can't play the banjo. That's African. Look up your history. Don't be mad. And no fucking black women or Asian women or Latin women. Right. Because, you know, some of you will like some of our women that are, you know, you get some self-hating ethnic woman and she'll go over there and fuck one of y'all. Or some self-hating ethnic man, he'll go fuck one of y'all. I'm not saying that's the reason why they integrate, but nope, no sex. You got to stick with fucking each other's pasty asses. That's it. That's it. No cheating, all right? Everybody stay on their side. You understand that? All right, see? I'm just trying to teach you how to be a good racist. So good luck on your little all-white bullshit town.
My name's Nikki, N-I-K-I. I'm 32. I'm a lady.
This is Return to the Land, a group of millennials who organised online to build something radical and controversial. A town for white people only, that they insist is completely legal. We spent several days with them, watching as the men set about the physical labour of building out the site. All the while, the women of the group took on the more typically trad, homesteading-type roles.
I guess I found the people through Twitter that ended up starting this project, actually spearheading it, and I went out to the first April event last year, and it was really fun.
The sort of white-only aspect of this, how important is that to you guys?
Given the premise that it's something that is kind of off limits for whites but is okay by implication for other groups, I do feel it's necessary to carve that out, and you kind of have to do it yourself.
It's kind of like if we don't do this, the laws are only getting worse as far as freedom of association goes, so it's kind of like we have to do this, or there might come a time where it's not possible to.
Are you guys aware sort of people are going to be watching, it's going to be controversial?
I think people just have a large misunderstanding of what's happening here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the biggest misunderstanding?
Well,
That we hate everyone else. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not about that
Yeah,
by any means.
it's a loving movement.
I mean, on that aspect of it being loving, I suppose the counter-argument would be it could be a very loving community if you're part of the community, but if you're black, or if you're Jewish, or if you're gay, you can't be part of that community.
They can have their own communities, and they already do, and I think that's great for them. And it's like, if other people are allowed to do it, I don't really see why whites aren't allowed to do it. It doesn't make any sense. So it's important for me to do this for my ancestors, my friends, my family, my children, my children's children.
The leader, Eric Orwell, wants the community to grow, and further what he calls traditional white American culture. And the group is explicit about this. It has an online fundraiser to give cash rewards to parents of newborns as a means to incentivise population growth. Just before we arrived, they donated $1,000 to a family for having their 6th child.
Is that part of the mission as well, to sort of have big families, to make the community bigger? Is there a sort of pressure there?
I don't feel particularly myself, I don't feel any pressure to like have a big family. I think there's a kind of expectation here that you do want to, as part of helping grow this thing, that you're going to have kids.
Welcome to Arkansas, where our family's cuisine is the mayonnaise sandwich. Our education level is the Facebook comment section. And over here, sweetie, evolution is just a suggestion.
No blacks, no Jews, no gays. High up in the Ozark Hills in the state of Arkansas, called Return to the Land, and it is a town open to white people only.
I mean, a whites-only town in rural Arkansas. Isn't that just the default setting? That's basically just like the Arkansas template.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
Nothing says preserving white culture like a Under Armour polo. Return of the Land. What land? Mount Caucasus? Look at this fucking place. So they're just building a trailer park? This place looks boring as fuck, dude. Hot take. We should just give these people the entire state of Arkansas or one of the Dakotas or Montana. Nobody actually lives in any of those places. Let's just put all the racists in those states. Let them secede. No resources, no FEMA, no subsidies, no seasoning, no Taco Tuesdays. I can see the comment section now. What's the difference between this and a black neighborhood or an Asian neighborhood? Motherfuckers are acting like they set up a little Caucasian in Los Angeles. This is basically just an Amish settlement with cell phones.
And while the men do the physical labour, the women take care of the children who live here full time.
I went out to the first April event last.
Not a top lip in sight.
The laws are only getting worse as far as freedom of association goes.
Caitlin, wait a minute. Are we sure that Caitlin here isn't mixed? Are we sure she's a purebred white? It looks to me like the breeder lied on the Craigslist listing. Somebody from Whitesville is going to pull her card one day and make her take a 23andMe. The dope is stepped on.
What's the biggest misunderstanding?
That we hate everyone else.
Right? Yeah. We don't hate everyone else. We just don't want them here. Why can't we segregate? Where are all the whites-only towns, huh? Have you ever been to Vermont?
It's important for me to do this for my ancestors, my friends, my family,
you're a
my
fucking
children,
hero.
my children's
You're a real
children.
hero, Nikki.
The leader, Eric Orwell, wants the community to grow.
The leader? There's a leader? So it's just a cult then. Oh, it's a sex cult. These always just end up being sex cults. Burrow does not care about preserving the white race. He just wants to fuck as many white women that don't wash their hair as possible.
It's so weird watching black people get mad at white people for starting functioning white communities.
Yeah, we don't care, dog. We don't give a flying fuck. Like, there's a lot of white audacity this week. Like, you guys are sitting around making up these narratives that we care about whites only towns. Mind you, one of these towns are in the mountains. Black people not going up there. We are not going up there. As a matter of fact, thank you. Thank you for telling us where it's going to be, because that's where we will not be. Okay, we can duck and dodge that town. We won't even stop in that town for gas. And the crazy thing is, historically, black people have never cared about white people making white-only towns. Never. Now, if we're sitting there and you think that we're going to move out of our house or anything like that, then you got another thing coming. But you going off on your own, we've never pillaged white towns before. We've never done what they did to Tulsa, Oklahoma. We've never done that. Black people specifically have never done that. We've never gone into white communities and just pillaged. So it's not us that care. It's y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's why this is viral. This is viral because you want some type of feeling from black people. And we're going to say the same thing in every video. We do not care.
Welcome to the Chicken Bone News Network, where you will hear all the breaking news.